Welcome to From Poundland to Paradise, your monthly guide to all things Walsall FC. I'm Craig, he's Joe. Let's get straight into January 2025. Going down, going down, going down. Going down, going down. So Joe, how are you feeling overall about the month of January? Are you saying going down, Sadler out, keep the faith? What are you thinking?
Well, you know what I'm like. It's usually keep the faith, so I've got to stick with it. But yeah, concerning times, but I think it's 3 losses and 3 wins, so it's a middle of the road, and we'll get into the details.
We've switched roles because I'm like just unerringly positive now. We could lose 5 in a row, and I'm like, just keep the faith.
Yeah,
We're still going to smash the league. I don't know. I'm just fully gassed off the season so far, so I've got no worries about anything, basically.
Nah, it's yeah. I'm not worried. I'm not worried yet. Anyway.
Well, we'll come on to the worrying times. The month started not very worryingly at all for most of it. On the 1st of Jan, we went away to Notts County. Definitely a tricky game on paper, but in the end, we picked up a valuable 2-1 win. They had that shot from Jatta that was cleared off the line by Evan Weir.
Oh man,
McGoldrick was looking
insanely good.
I think Jatta got the goal in the end.
He did, yeah, but like, yeah, he's a great player, so can't complain with that. And then we
to be able to come back, goal from
away
low,
from home.
low, and a great goal from Jammer.
Yeah.
So, it looked like business as usual up until then.
Yeah. So that was, again, like you say, business as usual. Everyone's thinking Lowe might go back at that point, but, he's still playing, so, we're happy. And
we did get one more glimpse of beautiful Nathan Lowe on the 11th of January at home to Tranmere, an absolutely hammering 5-1 win.
Insane.
Lowe's last hurrah, Jammer at the double. And Lowe was the one who polished it off with the last goal.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, just a top performance. We were there, limbs all over the place.
God, that was amazing. Well, Harry Williams, what a goal from Harry Williams as well.
Yeah, unreal.
What a player.
Great contribution from everyone. And that was sort of Lowe's last hurrah, and, we kept on rolling.
That's it.
Looking completely unstoppable. Then in midweek on the 14th of Jan, we went away to Peterborough, lost 4-2. Gordon got that last-minute goal on his return where he closed down the keeper, which was nice to see. But other than that, we lost. We can't keep beating League One teams all the time. We knew sooner or later we were going to have to lose one.
Just one of them.
That wasn't particularly worrying. I was gutted that we're out of it because I wanted to go all the way.
Of course,
you know me. I love the Papa John's LD Vans Auto Windscreen Shield.
That's it, man.
Then
it's a shame to go out, but like you said, it's just one of them where you can't keep beating League One teams. It's just not realistic, is it? Surely.
No.
We move.
Exactly. It's one of them. But yeah, we, at that point, it wasn't great to go out, but, it's not a devastating result, and you're still thinking, everything's fine. And you think that even more when we went back to the weekend, back at home, 18th of Jan, at home to MK Dons, we win 4-2, and we battered a good team.
And that's when we knew that Lowe was out, wasn't it? So it was like, this is quite a big
no
test.
No Lowe, no problem.
That was the tagline, yeah.
That was when everyone was thinking, okay, it's fine. Lowe's gone, but we still score 4 goals against a good team. A team who, when it's all said and done, will probably be in and around the playoffs. Yeah. So it's looking, okay, no problem. We don't even need to worry about getting signings in. I'm just through the roof. Every other fan in the league's just crying. They can't believe it. The Wrexham 2.0 are just smashing it. Oh God, we can't do anything about it.
And we were just on that was a good, that was amazing. That was a big high.
But then we came crashing down to earth a week later on the 25th of Jan away at Bradford, a 3-0 loss. I was still, and I still am to be fair, hyper positive, but I definitely was after that because I watched it and I just think Bradford were unstoppable. I think they played the best they've played all season, probably the best they've played in years. They were really good in everything they did, honestly. It was one of them games where you're like, we had an off day. But even if we played really well, it would have been really tough.
Yeah.
I wasn't too devastated with that.
They
And
put
Andy
their
Cook
all in,
didn't
you
get
know.
any goals, so that's good.
Well, he's off.
Oh yeah, is he injured? Or is he
I
moved?
think he's injured. To be fair,
That explains why you weren't even on the bench.
That might be it for him. To be fair, I've heard, but who knows? But
career
like you
over
said,
maybe. Oh no,
what a shame. But they played amazingly, and like you said, like we're everyone's Wembley now, and we play them at their place as well. It's like we have to beat them. We need to put our all into this. First in the league, still 9 points clear with the game in hand. So it's just we're going to be the trophy kind of kill. So we need to.
That's it.
We need to tighten up, but
the teams have probably figured us out a bit, and
I was saying that before,
up for it. Like you
Definitely
said, it's their cup
out.
final. Every team who plays us now, because we're the ones to be hunted,
Mm-hmm.
and they would just ride at it. I mean, they're a good team anyway. They're fourth, I think now.
Yeah,
they're going to be in the playoffs at the end probably, and they're a big club, big ground. They had their fans behind them, and they did everything right basically. So I weren't too devastated by that. I just thought, okay, the blip's going to come. But I didn't necessarily think we'd have back-to-back defeats without a goal, but that's what came in midweek against Fleetwood away on the 28th, which at the time of recording is 2 days ago.
Yeah.
This was,
tough one to
poor defending from set pieces. You can't really blame the departure of Nathan Lowe on that.
No.
So, I mean, after that, it's definitely hit the confidence a bit, and there's definitely a little bit of panic setting in with some quarters of the fan base, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But, I think, I don't know, it's just the fact that we haven't scored as well. Yeah, it's a bit weird. I think we were missing Jellis for Bradford, and that made our midfield a bit empty, I thought. Like,
a lot of
they were
people
just
were worried
striding
about that.
through us, and I was concerned, but obviously he was back, so I was like, okay, cool. But then someone else was out.
Jammer came off injured during that game, during Bradford.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. So then he missed Fleetwood.
And he went off early on in Bradford, so it was kind of like everyone was saying without Jammer and Jellis, obviously Lowe, goes without saying, without Jammer and Jellis as well, we can't do anything. And then that was sort of hammered home against Fleetwood. But we'll get into what this all means now. But for January then, 6 games, 5 in League 2, 1 in the Football League Trophy, 3 wins, 3 losses, 13 goals scored and 11 goals against. So in terms of what does this all mean, have we been found out, do you think? Have we had an unbelievable first half of the season? Everyone's seen the blueprint. Everyone knows how to play against us, and now we can look forward to losing every game till the end of the season.
I mean, I don't know about that, but I feel like what I've been thinking, like teams are definitely getting an idea of how we play, how we've been putting all these wins together and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think maybe we've been conceding more towards the start of this month, and then we haven't been scoring. So it's just and these injuries and stuff like that, and it's very concerning. But I feel like hopefully Sadler can adapt them a bit further just to get round that. But we were always the second half team, and even when we weren't doing much in the first half, or we'd concede and then we'd come back, you know what I mean? We just need to find our rhythm again. I don't know, but I don't think logoing's been a massive thing, but it's definitely been a thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm still very confident on the rest of the season. But maybe a couple more signings. I don't know.
I think in terms of them figuring us out, the thing about it that's interesting is that I don't know how necessarily true it could be, because a lot of people are worried about it, but we always play we back off and then we trigger sort of in the middle of the pitch, the press when we're ready to, but we basically back off and let them have possession. Yeah. So that hasn't really, it's not like they've figured it, because what is that to figure out? That we let them have the ball and attack? Yeah. The difference was before that they did that, but we'd defend well and we wouldn't concede many chances, but now we are conceding chances. Yeah. And we're like losing headers in the box from corners and things like that. So I think it's more just a case of there's been a bit of a blip in the performances. People who normally have played well all season, they've just had a couple of games where they ain't played well. The centre-backs, for example.
and we missed Jellis, and then we missed Jammer like for a game and a half, basically. So, it's just...
Sadler told it's George Bennett from the Express and Star, isn't it?
think so, yeah, I'm pretty
He
sure.
told him the other day that the jammer thing ain't too serious, so I think we could expect him back, maybe not this weekend, but definitely soon.
Yeah, that's
so I think that will be fine. Jealous is back into the mix now. It looks like he's not going, even though everyone's worried he was going. I mean, that would be a bit more worrying if we lost him as well.
Yeah, that would be very worrying, but
I think the squad that we have is more than good enough of doing what it's done all season without Lowe. But they just need to play better. They're having a couple of bad games, and I think we need the fan base to not panic. I mean, it's not too bad with them panicking on social media because I don't think the players probably pay too much attention to that. But when you're in the ground, we can't have these, like, I've noticed, even when we were winning games halfway through the month, there's these groans, like every time something goes wrong.
Stay positive.
You need to stay behind the boys. Show them the love for what they've done to get us this far instead of just basically telling them that Nathan Lowe did the whole thing and none of them were worth anything.
We can't let it knock us as fans, really, because we came so far this season already.
Because that'll knock the players' confidence.
We've already put our stead in for, like, you know what I mean? There's no way. I don't even know it. Saying it sounds like I'm just going to jinx it or something, but surely there's no way that we can't even end up in the playoffs now. I know
we're
it's very
11
tight.
points clear of Bradford in fourth.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it would be a disaster to not finish in the top three. And I think really not winning the league
I feel like
would
we have to.
A bit of a calamity.
But even if there was an absolute calamity, then I'm sure we'd still be in the playoffs. I don't know. Who knows?
I saw someone say on Twitter the other day, I can't remember who it was, but they said something along the lines of basically if we win 5 of the rest of the games, we'll be in the top 3.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really,
that's
like,
amazing.
if you can't win 5 out of 19, you don't deserve to go up.
Well, that's it. And I
just can't see this group of players not... I'd have to believe that Nathan Lowe was responsible for every block, every bit of pressing, every bit of shape, everything being switched on at corners when you're defending.
Yeah, it's
every
not
pass,
that.
every long range shot from Allen and Gordon and all this, everything that we've done is all because of Nathan Lowe, and now he's gone. You can't win.
It's definitely not the case. It's definitely not the case. But yeah, these little bits of injuries and blips in the defence, and you know what I mean. That's and Matt being out. If we can get Matt back, and then I think we're solid at home anyway. So, for example, if we've got half of the home games, if that's like, so there's 9 home games, I'm pretty confident that we're going to have, what's 3 times? 27 points from that. So, we should definitely be in the top 3. Yeah, 1,000%.
That's another thing as well, that we're having our blip now.
I don't even know why we're even talking about it, really. We should just be, like you say, just keep the faith and just keep going. Blip. It's just, And
you got to remember as well that, like you said, these 2 losses have both come away from home.
Yeah, exactly.
And you could say that Bradford had the game of their lives, and Fleetwood have probably just got our number.
And Fleetwood are our bogey team.
They seem to know how to... That don't necessarily mean that the likes of Colchester and Salford and Morecambe and that are going to be able to do what Bradford and Fleetwood did. Because Fleetwood, for some reason, have just got our number.
Yeah.
And Bradford, like I said, they're one of the best teams in the league, and they played as well as anyone I've seen play against us this season.
100%.
I mean, it's hard, isn't it? You're going to lose a couple of games when that happens. I feel like we'll bounce back this weekend and then put everything back to how it should be.
Yeah, get back to...
Sadler needs to work his magic in terms of getting them back up for it, in terms of motivated and confident.
Yeah,
and he probably needs to make a couple little tweaks. I don't think we need to have wholesale changes to the way we play, because the way we play has got us this far. I like the fact that we sit deep, soak up pressure, but maybe a couple little tweaks in how we go about attacking, and maybe just a couple little personnel changes here and there to sort of give some people a chance. Maybe I feel like Barrett's dropped off a little bit. Is it time to maybe let him know that he isn't nailed on, that like there is competition for places? Could that kid Asimwe be given a chance?
Yeah, maybe. But he's an excellent player though, Barrett. I feel like he makes up a lot of our character as a team.
It's true.
The Barrett cross to Allen, you know what I mean? And that switch when he's I don't know.
I love him, and I'm not saying take him out of the team the rest of the season, but I mean,
I know.
You could have a game where he doesn't start just so that he knows there's competition for places. Maybe there's a bit of complacency setting in when you've got that same starting 11 that you know what it's going to be every week. Is it possible that like some of these players are going, oh, well, I know I'm playing every week no matter what? Should they maybe have that feeling that like there's someone nipping on their heels maybe? Maybe
they didn't work as hard in the last couple of games.
Use the squad a bit more?
But yeah, I mean, I feel like going back to Accrington, going back to Fleetwood. Sorry, I've just looked, and they are the only team in the league to beat us at home. We've only had a couple of draws apart from that as well.
So we should have seen it coming.
Crazy, yeah.
Against them at the weekend.
Yeah, it's one of them. Yeah, they've definitely got our number. Their manager is just, obviously all over our tactics, but it's just one of them. Like, you can't win every game. Maybe the team does need a shake up, and like you say, at home as well. That could be a good opportunity to do that. Salford, we've got to take them seriously in the next month, really, out of all of them, but we'll get onto that in a bit.
We will. I think now is the time for Sadler's done an amazing job so far to even be where we are, and now it's time to prove that he can adjust in adversity and sort of make a few changes and get things going. And in terms of the club, obviously it's transfer season. Everyone's raving about transfers and what we need and what we don't need. We brought in this Asimwe kid from Charlton who seems to be sort of right back, or we can play centre back. He'll be, could he play into the Barrett a bit, maybe sometimes, just to sort of, like I said, just to try something different, even if it's just for one game where you think it could throw the opposition off, maybe, because they're used to having Barrett, they've prepared for Barrett, and then Asimwe comes in out of nowhere.
Interesting. And then Barrett could always come on anyway.
Exactly. And then you've got the kid Wheatley from Man United. Obviously, he hasn't necessarily hit the ground running yet, but he's had one game and a few minutes off the bench. And the team are a bit down right now, so it's not the best time to judge him. On paper, he comes in, highly touted from Man United's youth system.
It is.
In theory, he could have. There will be clubs out there that will be watching him more than Lowe. I guarantee you that.
Oh, definitely.
That big clubs will be watching him.
Yeah, and I've heard people say this could be even better than Lowe, and it could still be, but it just needs to be given some time. I don't think Lowe hit the ground running too much, really, did he? I think he was scoring a couple here and there, but it's really in recent months that he's came into it.
There's no way we knew he was going to turn out as he was.
No way.
So I think the boy Wheatley deserves a chance. I think we could probably do with another striker coming in case for when we need to replace for Matt, especially because no one really does what Matt does.
That's the thing. That's the scary thing.
Cannot do it.
No,
at
definitely
all.
not. And
that's not his game at all.
Matt's our captain as well.
There you go.
It's just,
I think we will have Jammer back, and he'll play pretty much all the rest of the games, of course. But you just want to know in case, or if you need to make a change late in a game, that you can bring someone on for Matt who can do his job, and then off of him you can have Gordon or Wheatley or DJ or Adoma. And I think. I don't think there's much else that we need, really. What do you? In terms of centre-backs, midfielders?
I feel like maybe some cover at the back. I don't know what's going on with Daniels and Farquharson fit.
Farquharson's injured again, I think. It's sort of becoming a bit of a thing now where he's basically injured the entire time this season, at least.
No, we need a kid.
So... we could get a bit of centre back cover in there, but I think basically we need to chill.
Not loads, just a free loan or something. But
especially some of the fans on.
There's a lot of discontent.
Walsall fans have your say on Facebook. This is how good it is. Yeah. I don't even use Facebook. I've got the app on my phone, and I never ever post on there. I never look at my feed or anything ever, and I purely have it just to go on and sort of. Not hate scroll, but I don't even know what you would call it. Just look at what's being said on there and just sort of marvel at it. And, there is definitely a section of our fan base, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a bit sort of, gammony about it all and a bit sort of just raging,
super rage mode.
And I'm God, you need to chill, man.
Yeah,
it's absolutely mental. It's as if... It's crazy. It's just two losses. Even the very best of teams will have their blips.
Yeah, of course. Any team that went up, for example, I swear last season we did the double on Wrexham, or no, when Port Vale went up, we did the double on.
There you know
what I mean? So it's it happens. So
and Bradford played
out. We'd still be champions easily.
I'll tell you what, if we lose the next two and it's 4 in a row losses, then I will say, okay, fair enough. We need to look, and there needs to be some real thinking done. From the coaching team and from the, we really need to rip up the playbook and start from scratch before it's too late. But even then, if we lost the next 2 in a row and we made it 4 losses in a row,
that's what I mean.
Still
Form
probably
is a big
be 5 or 6
thing,
points clear at the top of the league, and that's only if all the other teams are 100% records, which they're not going to.
Form is a big thing, though, so you don't want it to creep into us you're on a streak. All the streaks getting bigger. You know what I mean? Or
Exactly.
you have, and every
I don't think there needs to be talk of that yet.
Nah, of course not. It's only 2 games, and there were big changes within those games. They were both away. You know what I mean? So we come home, get it back together, we get a win in, and we're straight back on it, basically, I think.
Well, let's have a look at them games that we are going to lose this month, which is all 6. We've got 6 games. All of them are in League 2 because, of course, we dropped out of the mighty Football League trophy, which I'm not very pleased with. But 1st of February, this weekend, Salford at home. I think we need to bounce back. Nice home win, get the vibes back.
1000%.
Happy stadium, everyone cheering. And then I think if that happens, we can know then that the next time we lose a game or we draw a game, that it's okay. That
Just
it's
chill.
not going to mean the end of the season. I think all the sort of panicking then will go out the window, I think then. Then if we lose, say, in 2 games' time, lose another game, people will know it's... But if you lose 3 in a row, like you said, it's a thing then, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it becomes a thing. Doesn't it? Everyone's thinking about it, everyone's talking about it. And
especially because it's at home. We lost 2 away, lose a 3rd one at home then.
And we've gone from 9 club record wins, like, of our whole history. You know what I mean? Our whole history, and then we've gone 2 losses, and imagine... oh, God. And then we go home again, and then imagine... You know what I mean? Imagine if we lost again. But, can't think like that. We're not laying it in. We're going to win, definitely.
I should think we will. And then on the 8th of Feb, a week later, away at Colchester. That could be tricky. Because they are a better team than they look when they want to be on their day.
Yeah. I think we played them at home and we beat them pretty soundly. I swear it was like 2-0 or something. But
that'll be the case for everyone.
They were well organised. Yeah.
We batter everyone, but I think they've got, they've got what it takes to make it hard, especially on their patch.
Yeah.
Then we go to midweek action on the 11th of Feb at home to Gillingham, who are quite shit.
Yeah.
So at home, you should be winning that.
Form's terrible. They've totally dropped off. I don't know if they've lost players or something, but yeah, they've totally dropped off. I think they're 17th because they were in the playoffs when we were in the mix as well. We're starting to.
They've had a big drop off. Obviously, things can change by the time we get to that point, but you should think that we should be confident, assuming we're not off the back of 5 losses in a row and our season's gone to shit. Hopefully, we'll be winning that.
No way.
15th of Feb, then home to Chesterfield. Tough game, just outside the playoffs. Got good players. Will Grigg could score a hat-trick against us on his return. We don't want to see that.
Yeah,
return to the best got. So
we'll be all right. We'll be good.
Again, could be tricky.
We need to get another 3 points, so definitely from that. 100%.
But we need to. I mean, really, if we win our 3 home games in that month, we'll still be clear at the top of the league.
Oh, definitely. 1000%. Yeah. And I think,
and then by the time you're into March, I mean, God, if we clear at the top of the league by 4 or 5 points going into March, it's over, really.
Yeah, surely. I know, surely.
Yeah.
It's just a case of
anyway, sure.
Yeah, even if we lost all of our games away and won all of our games at home, it's still like a 2-point average and we'd definitely still be champions.
Yeah.
But like we were saying before, it's really the top 3 is crucial. Don't care about being champions personally.
Same.
But although it would be amazing. But yeah, playoffs would be a letdown. But I don't think we've got any danger of that. We're good.
I don't care about it as a fan, and I'm sure none of us do because we're just going to go up.
Yeah.
From a neutral point of view, as an analyst, you would say to go from 12 points or even at some points 14 points clear at the top of the league, basically at the halfway point, to not win the league would be a bit calamitous, but not a disaster. To end up in the playoffs would be a disaster, and we definitely would not go up in the playoffs. I'm telling you that now. 0%.
Yeah, it would be our luck. It would be a run of bad.
The momentum would be that bad.
The momentum, yeah, exactly.
It would be horrific. I mean, what player could win? Imagine that. You're going into your 2-legged against Port Vale, for example, and they're happy to be there, and we're just devastated to even be there.
Nightmare.
It's no chance, honestly.
Yeah, so it will be a nightmare.
And there usually is a team like that. It's often the team that finishes 7th or 6th who ends up going up, and the ones who are like 4th and that who are a bit depressed because they just missed out on automatic. You don't want to be that team.
You never want to be that team. Yeah. God.
It's all at the end of the day. It's a lot of it's about morale when it comes to the playoffs and confidence and. You're going to be dead of confidence if that's where you end up.
100%. Right?
But probably not. 22nd of Feb, away at Morecambe, who are rock bottom, almost certainly going down.
Yeah.
I mean, even at home, even with them being at home, they're surely not going to put in much of a shift.
We need to take advantage of that 100%. But I remember last year, I think it was last season, we went to Sutton away. They were dead bottom off a 2. I think we'd lost twice, and it was a bit shocking because we were putting together wins, and then And then they beat us like 5-0 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, I
And I was like, oh my God.
They had that late push where they nearly stayed up, I think.
Yeah.
Them and Forest Green both had a bit of a late push.
To be fair, I think they were on a streak and we were on a negative streak.
I don't think Morecambe are going to make it interesting probably, and that should be a win. But then on the 25th of Feb, we end up the month away at Mickey Flynn's Cheltenham. If we are going in on the back of patchy form, let's say this bad form continues and we only, win one, draw one, lose one, then you don't necessarily want to be going away to Mickey Flynn's Walsall FC too.
Oh, God.
With Kinsella and Shade and whoever else he's got there.
Evans, I think.
Evans giving it especially Evans. He'll be loving it. He'll be like turning around to the fans going like, I saved a penalty against you. That, we just don't want that.
No.
So if for nothing else, let's win 3 or 4 of these. So when we get to the Mickey Flynn game, at least it's like no pressure. We don't want pressure in that game.
We don't want pressure going into that game at all.
So we've got 6 games. All of them are in League 2, 3 at home, 3 away. Pretty standard League 2 month of February. And
see, it's pretty standard, but it's because of our winning streak and our position that makes it look pretty bad. But, and it's got everyone worrying type thing. But we're smashing it like literally before these losses started coming in. There was talk of like, we could get the most points that anyone's got in League 2 and stuff like that at the end of the season. And like, if we were thinking that a couple of weeks ago, we should.
Well, bring up the table. Because that is not off the card. That is by no means off the table, I think.
Exactly,
so
it's actually still on the card.
There are 19 games to play, which is 57 points, and we're on 58. So to beat Northampton Town's 95, we need another 37 from 57.
37 from 57?
So we can drop 20 points. So it's totally doable.
After those 2 losses.
Even after back-to-back losses, the point-winning, the point record is by no means.
We can still do that, yeah. That's crazy. We've set ourselves up amazingly.
It puts into perspective how we're doing. I mean, you got to remember as well that everyone's acting like, if we've only got to lose 4 or 5 more games and we won't. Yeah, but that assumes that Doncaster, Notts County, Bradford, Crewe are going to win every single game they play. They're definitely not.
Yeah.
Of course they're not. That's why they're 10, 12 points behind anyway, because they're patchy. Doncaster have lost 7 games this season. Notts County have lost 6. Bradford have lost 6. They're going to lose more games.
Definitely.
And draw more games. They'll play each other as well, and they'll draw. And it's.
Yeah, that's it.
I really think the disaster of us not going up is. Our demise has been greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, 100%.
Any final thoughts on probably the best month in Saddler's history?
It's probably one of the better ones, to be fair.
It's been all right.
Because last season
Mate,
there was some bad
not
months.
For this month last season. Any other months last season?
Exactly.
We won 3. We won 3 and lost 3.
Lost 3. One was against League 1 team, and the other 2 were away.
Won 3 and lost 2 in the league, which is what really matters.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be, that's playoff form.
Fleetwood ain't doing too bad either on form, I guess. I don't know, but Bradford are obviously smashing it, so I don't think it's that bad. Everyone chill.
Our last 5. Go back. Look, I have last 5 game. There's only, let me see, Bradford and Doncaster and Notts County and Wimbledon in the whole league who've been as good as that.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's absolutely terrible. It's literally still the 4th best form in the league.
Yeah. So we're not even on bad form. It's all comparative. And
the problem is
relative,
because these couple of bad performances and blips could have come at any time, but they had to come just when Lowe leaves and just when Jammer gets that knock. So it looks like, that's why. But I don't really think that explains the whole picture, to be honest.
Nah,
I'm sure we have missed Jammer and Lowe for sure, but I mean, some of the defending in some of these games. The Fleetwood game, for example, I think that team that we had out there with Wheatley and Adoma could have won that game if we were just better. We just weren't. And with Bradford, I don't even know how much better we could. The problem was how good they were. I'll go as far as to say that I don't know if even at our best we could have won that game. They played out their skin, honestly. They really did. Everything they did was amazing. The pressing, the accuracy of the passing.
I didn't manage to watch it, but the highlights, they outplayed us. It's just one.
I was just watching it going like, we just cannot get into this game. They're so
it's like we couldn't get into it, exactly.
Got to give them credit, to be honest. But the rest of the fans in the league are all, sort of clutching like.
Oh God, yeah. They look,
yes,
that's the thing when
happening.
when all the other fans are going on here, it makes it worse, doesn't it? You know what I mean? If you couldn't hear any other fans online and you didn't pay any attention, you'd be like, oh, it's fine. We're still, you know what I mean? Obviously, we're still going.
You got all the Vale fans and Crew fans and everyone going like, oh, see, look, it's
every other fan. This is what happens, man. When you're number one, everyone wants a piece. So it's one of them, man. Yeah, we just game in hand.
Second half FC will be straight back this weekend. We'll go 1-0 down in the first half, and we'll be thinking, nah, it really is over. Well, we really are going down. And then 3-1, 4-1 in the second half. Mark my words. Second half FC.
Second half FC, 100%. I've got confidence still. Definitely. Let's go.
Well, thank you so much for listening to From Poundland to Paradise. Please tell all your mates about the show if you like it, and come up to us at the game if you see us and you like it. Tell us what you thought.
Yeah, man, definitely.
And check out the socials.
Mm-hmm.
Where can they check out the socials? Yeah?
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. They're all from
Truth Social,
Rumble,
Kick.
Coming soon, but now
Truth Social though, genuinely
at From Poundland to Paradise on all the socials except for Twitter, which is at a Walsall FC Pod.
And we gave it a special different one on X because we love Elon Musk that much. That's why we chose that different one to show some love, show some homage.
That's it. You want to be different.
We do. So, yeah. Thank you so much, people. Get down the best got in numbers and get behind the lads.
Let's
Positivity from the start. No groaning when a pass is misplaced.
That's it.
Get behind the lads. Sing all the songs about all the different lads and make sure they know that they are a team and that it's not Nathan Lowe FC.
That's it. Let's go, boys.
Peace.
Up the Saddlers.